Hi everybody, it's Gillian here. Just come to share a journal with you that I've had done for quite a while and I just haven't got round to doing it, sharing it. I had such fun with this one. It's called Grunge and Grime, as you can see, and it's kind of like the antithesis, I see it, you know, to all these beautiful pretty journals that most of us are making at the moment. I just enjoyed doing something really different. So you can see it's made on an old envelope, so it's a used envelope, manila. I love manila, and I've made it for using. I don't think that I would sell it because I don't think anyone would want it. Yeah, I guess it started from me oiling some manila envelopes because I love doing the oiling, and then loved how much darker they came out. And so I decided to make this journal. Coming a little bit closer. There. So inside the first page, as you can see, I haven't bothered to pretty things up by adding lace or anything. I've just left it really grungy and grimy, and I've used little words that you wouldn't usually find in our pretty journals that we make most of the time. So this part of the envelope flaps down, and then there's pages, very heavily tea-dyed pages for making notes on. And then in that part of the envelope, I made another little notebook of the tea dyed. I chose all images that remind me of Grunge and Grime, or, you know, just by the colouring or by the subject matter. Made a little journaling card for in there. This was a much thicker piece of paper that I tea dyed, and it soaked the tea up beautifully, as you can see, and there was a doily in the tray, so that's made a lovely pattern there. More tea dyed, everything's tea dyed basically and looking grunged. I used up loads of bits of scraps to make a little like tuck space. Machined them all together, you can see from the back. Lots of inking to grunge it even more, and then stuck that in an envelope that in itself isn't very grungy, but I just liked the colour with the brown. So this is a bag that I've opened up at the top there, and inside there is another little notebook of heavily oiled paper, and so I've got little collage pieces on there, and again the tea dyed and oiled, that's a good one, tea dyed and oiled papers. A little flip up there made of scrap of paper. A pocket here with grime here, a luggage label with woeful on it, and we know how on earth with something infuses their growing power into beauty and perfection, and that kind of reminded me of when in nature things like really disintegrate down, but that in itself feeds the flowers and plants that we love in the spring and summer. Little bit of paper there left from the design team project I did for Lindsay Zenor. That's out of her kit. I can't remember the name of the lady I bought on Etsy. I bought a digital download that had these very dark pages and these old typewriter key images. This is from a vintage book, obviously Grunge and Grime. Misery, some note space. I really love this. This envelope, inside this envelope I've put despondent, and then inside this little character peeking out is, I've copied it out of a book, and it's Brian Froud, I think. It's about a lady who catches fairies and squashes them in her book to keep them. It's a dear diary. Hold on, I'm going to find it. Here it is. So it's this book, which I love, Lady Cottingham's Pressed Fairy Book, and I really want to tell you who the artist is, and of course I can't see it at the moment, but it's great. So Despondent is tucked inside this envelope. Oh, and it's getting torn, but I really don't care. It just makes it all the more grungy and grimy. The Lady with the Fan was a docu-film, well, a film, but it was about a real lady, and the actress is an English, very famous actress. My brain, it just isn't working, which is, you know, it's not unusual. Another one of those sewn together bits and pieces. The pattern on here is where I tea dyed the paper on a baking tin, and this is all the pattern off the bottom of the baking tin, which I thought was quite cool. Another luggage label, wheeled pages. That's from the same kit. I'll try and find out who that was. A tuck spot. Poverty. I'm whizzing through because my battery's going. This actually isn't Grunge and Grime as such. It's a lovely little luggage label made by Maureen, and I just wanted to use it in here because it's so heavily inked and it just went so nicely, and it's that little bit of colour amongst all the Grunge and Grime. An old label there that was on a pair of trousers that I've made into a tuck spot. A book page from that same vintage book earlier, just added in there sort of to look like a little envelope that things can be tucked into. Just some oiled paper, a very old vintage sheet music cover. That's the top of that. The other side of that envelope with some more paper for journaling. Everything just feels so good and crackly, and I just enjoyed it. Another image out of that same Squashed Fairies book. Brilliant. Maureen Michelle White. I won a journal that she'd made on her YouTube channel, and sorry, that other luggage label further back was from Michelle, not from Maureen. I was thinking of Maureen Thompson, but this is Michelle. And again, the colouring and the feel of this just, I thought, went lovely in here. And because I'm intending to keep this book, I don't mind using someone else's work in it because I'm going to hang on to it. I wouldn't want to give that tag away because I love it. Another page that I just digitally made. What's tucked in this one? Another luggage label that I've just stuck some bits to. Oh, Nevermore Creations, that's Lindsay Zenor's Etsy store. There's a tuck place in here. Another one of these images, and look at that. Poor squashed creature. But so fun. And lonely. I've put lonely on that one. I thought he looked lonely. Some of that paper from a digital kit. An image from, I think, probably Google search that I've modified to make it like the colour, but the flowers in it are kind of starting to die off, or have died off quite a lot, and that seemed to go very well. A little bit more about how the nourishment from the decay forms next year's growth. A very old and tatty bookshelf image, and I've just added the words lost wisdom to that because I thought no one's going to pick those horrible books up and read them. And then in the other side of that bag, I've made a journaling card, very grungy old dilapidated abandoned home of some sort, and I've put dirt there, laid that up, death there, and again that though says about the seasonal cycle operating. Just a plain back for journaling. I think that's getting near the end. Just a little tuck spot there. And another one of the pieces that I made with loads of scrap bits and pieces that I've sewn together. And that makes another little journaling booklet. So there we are. Grunge and Grime. I have loved making it. I enjoy looking at it. And if I can find the name of that, who drew those fairies in that book, I will add it to the description further down. Take care for now. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.